a tilt-rotor Osprey that surveys downtown Tampa. And Special Forces operators from different countries assaulting mock enemy positions.
Today's demonstration is being conducted as part of U.S. Special Operations Command International Special Operations Forces Week, or ISOF.
This marked the beginning of a combined combat capabilities demonstration at the International Special Operations Forces Conference in Tampa, Florida. Special forces from 96 countries, including NATO nations, came together for a week-long conference. The event focused on building the Global Special Operations Forces Partnership, with a vision toward forging networks of special forces worldwide.
What we're doing is we're trying to have a new strategic approach to how we employ special operations throughout the world. And we think the best way to do that is partnering with our SOF partners globally, having key partners around the world, and then having those regional partners basically do those things required to avoid a regional conflict that might have global implications.
Although special operations are often seen as a prerogative of individual nations, special forces could work together multinationally in many fields.
Special fields such as the counterterrorism actions, intelligence actions, in order to get special operations developed, and indirect actions too. Direct actions are a little bit different, but indirect actions we can help on the piracies, the trafficking, terrorism, subjects like that. We have needs, common needs we must develop.
Boats, assault vehicles, helicopters and other aircraft were involved in the demonstration, as special operators from around the world worked alongside each other in the exercise scenario in which the mayor of Tampa was rescued.
They will execute a hostage rescue mission against fortified enemy position. This assault force consists of personnel from Brazil, Canada, Jordan, Norway, Poland, Thailand, and the United States.
Did you volunteer to be a hostage?
I volunteered to be a hostage. I'm a hostage every day. No, I absolutely volunteered. I wanted to do whatever I could to be a part of this. Obviously, to get the chance to fire a .50 caliber was pretty cool. The ultimate boy toy, but it was a lot of fun. But more importantly, I got to be with these guys, and I got to watch what they do firsthand.
The demonstration went smoothly. Although working together with a variety of international operators could present some basic challenges.
Normally would probably be the language barrier, I guess. It's really hard to communicate and explain ideas and bounce off each other when you're not sure what somebody's saying, I guess. So yeah, that's probably the hardest, yeah.
Working together in a global partnership has many advantages, like burden sharing and having interoperability.
The most important thing you're going to build out of all this is the human network itself, those personal relationships, those things that are going to make things happen when times are difficult, when it's very, very hard. And this really boils down to trust. It's all about trust. If you've got to trust the people, and in order to do that, you've got to work with them, and you've got to have those relationships to give you that trust.
NATO Special Forces already work together and are united in the NSHQ. According to Admiral McRaven, commander of the United States Special Operations Command, this NATO Special Operations headquarters located in Mons, Belgium, serves as the ideal example for a broader and more global network.
Absolutely. This has been one of the great success stories, I think, in special operations in terms of how we have built partnerships. And I think the real lesson learned isn't just about the alliance. Obviously, NATO is a unique alliance that has been in place for a very long time. It is a multinational alliance. So it is a unique framework. However, having said that, I think what's important to recognize is that people came together, folks with common values, with common interests, the NATO SOF headquarters was in a position to be able to teach, to train, to pass common tactics, techniques, and procedures. All that has paid huge dividends as we have worked together in the NATO alliance and, of course, down in Afghanistan as a NATO force down there.
Right now you have the NATO SOF headquarters, so, which is almost like a model home, for lack of a better term. If you look at where we want to go in the future, we'd like to basically do some of that in other parts of the world. We think the Pacific, Africa, the Americas, and the Middle East all should have something like a NATO SOF headquarters.
And indeed, many countries are seeking ways to extend their international partnerships, just like the NATO Special Operations Forces example.
It's going to be a point we are going to try to develop and see if we can expand this experience. I think it's a good experience, the NATO experience. I hope we can do the same in South America.
As security challenges become more global, the international framework of special forces becomes more and more important. I'm Karsten Reiniers, reporting for the NATO channel from Tampa.